Have you ever thought about mastering your English speaking skills without even stepping out of your home, just online? Today I'm gonna share effective strategies to improve your spoken English, and all from the comfort of your living room. Hi everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel, Monvie. So let's start from that question. When do you need to start talking online? It's better to do when you already have an intermediate level. You have enough vocab, grammar knowledge, you know how to construct sentences, and you understand other people. If you will start doing that as a beginner, you will not improve your English that much, because most of the time you will just listen to this language. You will not be able to speak as you don't have enough knowledge. Now the main question, where to find speakers online? You can find them on websites, apps, for example Speaky, Interpulse, HiLau Talk, or on Discord, which I mostly use. Just enter English in search field and you'll find lots of servers. But choose those ones which have an opportunity to talk in voice chat, not just to chat. And let's clarify how to choose speakers for improvement. Try to look for fluent and advanced speakers with good pronunciation, of course. By talking to them, you will improve your speaking and comprehension skills. And in the beginning, I recommend to talk to one person in a one-on-one chat, because it can be quite difficult to start talking to a group of people, especially if it's your first time talking to people in English, and you just join this group chat and you even don't know what to add, what to say, because they already have their topic. It's kind of awkward. And now let's move to the first part, before conversation, shadowing. In order to make the most of your speaking practice, you need to prepare yourself in advance, and I advise you to start from shadowing. It will help you to establish your pronunciation and you will speak more clear. You can choose any video that you like. I've already made video about shadowing. It calls how to shadow any video in English, so be sure to check it afterwards. Shadowing will not take more than 5 minutes. Of course, it depends on you. If you want to spend more time, you can do that. And by this, you will pay attention to your problematic sounds and you'll be aware of them during your conversation. Personally, I do like this every single time before I talk to someone in a foreign language. Although my English is already great, it just helps me to get into this mood and I'm more prepared reading. Also, you can read something aloud. I usually do that after shadowing, because in shadowing you repeat after the speaker, and here you just read by yourself. By shadowing, you're already aware of these problems, and now you just try to control and pronounce correctly, writing a list of words to use. If you don't know what to do with all those words in your flashcards, it's such a nice method to finally incorporate them into your speech. Just write down a list of words that you want to remember better, and you will need to use them during this conversation with a real person at least for 2 times. For sure, you will need to do that in context, not just, randomly you say that one word. No, don't pick a lot of words. From 5 to 10, it will be more than enough, because also you will need to pay attention to the new words that you will hear during this conversation. Prepare questions. In order to know what to ask at the beginning, I recommend to write a list of questions and topics that you can discuss with an unknown person, because you don't know anything about this person, so you need to ask basic questions to get the necessary information. It can be something like, what are your hobbies, do you work or study, etc. To tell the truth, not each person with whom you will talk will be so interested in talking to you, not specifically to you, but to people overall. Sometimes I just wonder what all of these people do on these servers if they don't even want to say a single word to you. Some people can even sit in silence and don't respond. Yeah, it happens even more often than you can imagine. So in order to save your time and nerves, it's better to have these questions beforehand. Second part is during conversation. Don't just ask answer questions as well. It's very essential because that person is not on the interview. She also has to ask you something in return. And for actual improvement, you need to answer more than you ask. Because let's imagine you just asked a simple question and this person started to talk about it from the whole history of her family, her pets, etc. And you just sit silently and count already seconds when you can leave this conversation because you're already bored with this. You want to add something, but this person just can't stop. And it all continues for 20 minutes. Do you improve your English? No. It's just a listening practice. I know that some people just want to be heard, but you have a concrete goal. You need to improve your English speaking skills, not your listening ones. So if you see that a person is talking only about her, she doesn't even ask you return questions, you have all the rights to lead this conversation. As you can see, not only those people who are passive can be a problem, but active people as well. The whole conversation will be about them. Also, there is another side. For sure. People who are just not interested. You ask them and they just respond you in a very simple manner. For sure, they don't ask you anything, even return questions because they simply don't care. Here is the same solution, just to leave this conversation. Sometimes it really takes time to get that a person is really interested. Mostly it doesn't depend on you for sure, but you can influence on that. For example, stop asking simple questions. These are questions to which you will respond yes or no. You will run out of questions like this very soon, and what you will do next? Instead of asking, do you like your studying field, you can ask, what do you like the most about your studies and why? By this, you give you both an opportunity to continue this conversation and make it more interesting. Of course, as I've previously said, that you can't change a person. If this person doesn't want to talk to you, just leave a conversation. Don't waste your time. Diversify topics. It's an essential part because just by asking basic questions about country, movies, pets, family, studies, etc., you will not go that far. You improve your English when you actually move to discussing topics more seriously, not just superficially. What music do you like? I like pop and house. Oh, great, me too. What series do you watch? Action and thriller. Wow, that's cool. Yeah. It's such an awkward situation. I know. I was in situations like this a lot of times before I discovered a normal way to lead a conversation. For instance, you asked about movies. A person answered you that she likes this genre of movies, and then you move to another question, but you could convert this question into discussion for half an hour. I'm talking from experience because I really had plenty of situations like this that we could discuss something for an hour, and in an hour we just think, oh, how we could end up here discussing this topic. You could ask, what movies has this person already watched? From this you can move to discussing actors, movies from what countries do you like to watch, in what languages, etc. By this you truly improve your English because you use vocab actively. You can think after each 3 minutes conversation that, wow, I'm so fluent. But no, you're not. Just by asking basic questions every single person, you are not improving. For sure, you've already learned these questions and you know all the possible responses. But you need to go further. Of course, if another person is also interested in this conversation, avoid switching to another language. If you have a common native language with your communication partner, sometimes it's so tempting to replace some unknown words with your native ones. However, it's better to avoid this situation because it's like watching a movie in original but with subtitles in your native language. It doesn't make any sense, right? You improve your English even if you don't know that word. Try to explain it with others. The same thing with Google Translator. Don't go immediately and translate something. Just try to say it in another way. Write down unknown words. During a conversation, conversation, you can notice unknown words which another person is using. As you hear them in context, there is more chance that you will remember them. So the only thing that you need to do is just to write them down. Afterwards, you will check a conversation if you didn't get it and learn it. And the last part is after conversation. Review all the words. After speaking, most of the work has already been done. So now the only thing that you should do is to review those unknown words, come up with several examples to them, and next time add them to your list of words for practice. By the way, my personal recommendation to you, if you met someone interesting there, a really good person to talk to, I always write down in my notes all the basic and necessary information about this person, such as country, hobbies, languages, etc., in order to avoid inconvenience in the future. Something like this already happened to me. That's why I recommend you to write everything down and to review it before each conversation. But do this only if you're sure that you will talk to this person at least for one more time, as I don't see any sense in remembering information about the person with whom I know that I will never meet, I will never talk again. So what's the reason of that? And all this information helps me to come up with new questions and topics that we can discuss with this person next time, because I prefer more talking to one person during a certain period of time than to each new every single day, like it's very exhausting to talk to an unknown person each time, because you need to start everything from scratch, basic questions, then you find out that actually this person is not interested in you at all. Yeah, and like it's very exhausting. So if you can find a really good person with whom you think that, oh, this person has really nice English, so I can improve my English, and secondly, this person is really interesting for me, value this person, because usually it's very difficult to find someone like this. Most of the people, they will just go away without even saying goodbye to you just in 5 minutes of your talk. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you soon in my next videos. Bye!